Welcome back. We have Manshadi joining us from Manshadi Pharmacy. It's great to have you back on the show.
Thank you, Susan, again.
Yes, we're talking about something that affects so many of us, tendinitis. Maybe you can give us a quick definition. What is it?
Sure. Tendon usually attaches the muscle to the bone. So we have tendon all over our body. And as a result of repetitive motion for a long period of time, we get small, tiny tears in our tendon, and it gets inflamed and very painful. Some of the examples of tendinitis, which we see a lot in our pharmacy, is tennis elbow or golfer elbows.
We have a shot of that. We can take a show
Sure.
quick picture. So what is the difference? Where's the pain difference for these two things?
So one is the lateral, which is outside, which we call a tennis elbow. And one is medial, which is inside, and we call it golfer elbow.
Okay.
Yes.
All
so
right.
I brought a brace here to show you that we have to be careful. If we have this condition, we just don't go and buy a brace. You really need to know what you're buying. I brought one wrong one, is this one, which most people wear, which feels good, but it actually makes the muscle lazy, and it can actually cause more damage.
Okay, so this actually isn't doing anything for you.
It doesn't do anything because it just grabs your muscle. It feels good, but you actually need a right brace.
So don't buy that.
Don't buy that.
Buy this one.
This one here, if you look at it, Susan, you will see that there is a little cushion on it. We usually, can I try it on you?
Yes, please do.
Sure. If I put this big cushion, let's say if you have tennis elbow, we put it on the biggest muscle, this cushion,
Okay.
and then we close it. And basically what it does is keeps this muscle down, so there would be less pressure on the tendon. So this is how we treat the tendinitis with the brace. Now for a golfer elbow, we do the same thing, but instead of putting it on the biggest muscle, we put it on the biggest muscle underneath.
Okay.
For the bracing.
Okay, so it's just helping to relieve the pressure.
Correct. It relieves the pressure on the tendon, so
Yes.
it allows it to heal up.
And if done properly with this brace over time, will those tendons heal? Because some people call it chronic. I mean, is it all about how you're handling the treatment?
Yes, they haven't done their job. I mean, what we need a brace. Another good thing we can do is instead of taking maybe perhaps oral anti-inflammatory, we can compound something topically. So instead of, for example, this is called diclofenac or Voltaren 10%. Commercially available around 2%, but we can make it around 10%. And if people apply this 2-3 times a day, use a right brace, ice it, and rest it for a little bit, and also right stretches and exercises are important as well too.
So you can really clear it up.
You can clear it up. If it's chronic, we can use hot or cold because it's chronic, do which way it feels good, but it's more acute. Perhaps cold is better. So you use the cold, you use the brace, you slow down whatever you're doing. If it is possible, use the medication. There are different kind of compounds that we can make to get rid of the pain, and we can heal it. We have done many thousands of, this kind of stuff throughout my 25 years of, working in the pharmacy.
Sure.
So sometimes, very rarely, they do different surgeries for carpal tunnels,
right.
But usually tennis elbow, sometimes we give cortisone shot.
Right.
But I don't think you should do cortisone shot and those kind of things until you really exhaust what we can do for you first. then go to the cortisol shots if needed and see your physician. Some of these creams that we make, of course, need a prescription, like diclofenac or Voltaren 10%. We are not able to just hand it in.
Right.
We need a prescription for it. You know, we do different kind of compounds, pain cream, which is very effective and it works very well. So especially if it's localized, you know, tennis elbow or a golfer elbow is very localized, is really work very good if we apply it topically.
Sure.
It goes through the pores and it gets where it needs to get.
Is tendonitis something you see in an age group, one age group more than others? Is there anything you can do to prevent getting it? I mean, people who play tennis a lot.
Not only them, but you know, computer age, you know, playing with the mouse, playing with the keyboard, your hands, cleaning, you know, even cleaning, some painters. It's not only for people that they are in a sport. It can be to happen to anyone. And sometimes aging and some kind of arthritis, injury can bring it about as well too. But usually is as a result of repetitive motion for a long period of time. So how to prevent it? You can also maybe before you start your typing, maybe you can do a little bit of stretches, you know, different things. You can go online and you see what stretches you need to do if you're afflicted by it. And yeah.
Okay. We have about a minute left. Anything else you'd like to broach?
No, I think what I like to bring it to the light that if you have pain and inflammation and you have tendonitis, a right brace is important. I think it is important. Apply a cream or a gel, a prescription cream or gel is important. Rest it. And more importantly, we forget that if something is injured, we also need to see what kind of exercise or stretches we have to do for the site of injury in order to heal it. So those are the 4 or 5 things that I would like to stress if people have tendonitis.
Okay, excellent advice today, Misa. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Is there ever a right time to wear one of these? Not really. No, it's not a good time ever. Don't buy those. Okay.
No.
Information on the screen. 2 locations to serve you on the South Shore and the North Shore. Information is right there as well as online. ManshadiPharmacy.com. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.